Hey, Amanda here, bringing you into our life at Hotel Moro. In today's video, I want to show you how I take these canvases and make the art on the wall in our bedroom. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. It's totally free to do so, and you can change your mind at any time. Also, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time our videos are posted, which should be every Tuesday. So I get a pack of these canvases. These are 16 by 20. I get a 5-pack from Hobby Lobby, and they were running, I believe, $10 on sale for the whole pack. I'm not sure what they are currently, because it has been a couple of years since I've had to buy any, because I buy a lot when they're on sale. When I get started, I start by taking all these staples off the back of my canvas. So I just use the screwdriver to loosen them up, and then I use my pliers to pull them out. Alright, so once that's done, I just peel the canvas off of the frame. Alright, so then what you're left with is a nice frame and your chunk of canvas. So this side had all my staples and has all the holes. And this side actually, on these ones, has like a nice, like beveled edge, kind of a fancy looking frame. It is a little bit rougher, which you could sand a little bit if you really wanted to with a little piece of sandpaper. And so this is your canvas that you're left with. I just try and be extra careful not to like push on it too hard, because you can kind of damage the canvas and leave some kind of, you know, weird divots and things in it. I will be pressing vinyl onto this, so it will help kind of take out some of those wrinkles. So next you're gonna get your stain, and any color that you want. I'm gonna use red mahogany today, and we'll see how that goes. And then also I just use old t-shirts to apply the stain with. I tend not to wear gloves because I feel like my long fingernails always rip through them, but I will give it a try today and see how it goes. I'd rather not have stain on my hands all week. So here it is, all stained and nice and even. I did have one glove, save one hand, but I was being lazy and didn't put another glove on, so I have nice stained fingers now. So I'm going to do a second one, and then I will let those dry, and while they dry, I will do the next step. So the next step that I do is I get my cutter ready, and I load in my heat transfer vinyl, and I will cut out my design reversed so that when I iron on, it's the right direction. So I cut my design out on my vinyl. This vinyl I believe is my Thermoflex Plus. I just really like the way that it works. It seems to be working really well on my signs and my towels and all that. So now I'm going to put this on my paper cutter to give it a nice straight edge for the next time I go to use it. Get as close to the edge as I can so I don't waste any vinyl. And now my roll has a nice straight edge for next time. I think I'll actually cut my two designs apart right now, since I already have the paper cutter out. So the next step in my process is to weed my vinyl. I pull off all the excess that I don't want on my design. One thing to remember with heat transfer vinyl is that the carrier sheet is very sticky and you don't want to get anything stuck to it while you are waiting to finish your project. So I'll put those in a safe place and I will get my heat press plugged in. Alright, so while I'm waiting for my heat press to heat up, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go in and I'm going to cut maybe like 1/4 of an inch inside the edge on the front of my piece of canvas. I'm going to cut it all the way around so that I'm cutting off all this excess that was wrapped around the frame originally because I don't need that anymore. Alright, since I had my paper cutter out already, I thought I might give that a try. And it actually worked pretty well. Well, the paper cutter worked really well to cut those excess edges off. I've always just used scissors, but I guess I need to rethink that. Another great tool would probably be like a rotary cutter and a mat, which I also have somewhere. So more ideas on how to make that work a little bit easier than scissors. So my heat press is hot now. So I'm going to line up my designs, get them set, and then I will use my heat press. So I like to kind of line up my frames where I think I'm going to want them. Okay, and then my other one. The transfer is somewhat sticky, so I can kind of stick to this. Even though I have this nice new office, I don't have a good spot for my heat press yet because I don't have enough power, places to put my power. Okay, oops. So I put this on my press, put on my protectant, and let it press. All right. My two canvases done. Now I just need to attach them to my frame. So now I'm going to take my handy dandy hot glue gun and I'm going to glue the frames onto the canvases. The last step in this process is I'm going to use these little jigsaw picture frame hangers, and I'm going to mount those onto the back of the frame and be able to hang them up on the wall. All right, so I'm just gonna measure it out here. So the frame is 16, the middle is 8. So I use this super tiny drill bit to pre-drill my holes. All right, so now my picture hanger is mounted to my frame. My biggest tip from doing these signs this time would be to let your frames dry all the way. I did not let them dry all the way this time, and as I was attaching the canvas to the frame, you can now see some little fingerprints on there. So try and avoid that, but other than that, it's a pretty fun project and not a very expensive one, or one that takes very much time. Well, now you've seen my signs start to finish. I like to use these as an inexpensive way to add some decor to my walls. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter. Sneak peeks, behind the scenes info, family life, and so much more. The link is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next week.